The Amazon rainforest, also called Amazon jungle or Amazonia, is a moist broadleaf tropical rainforest in the Amazon biome that covers most of the Amazon basin of South America. This basin encompasses 7 million square kilometers, 2,700,000 square miles, of which 5,500,000 square kilometers, 2,100,000 square miles are covered by the rainforest. This region includes territory belonging to 9 nations and 3,344 formally acknowledged indigenous territories. The majority of the forest, 60%, is in Brazil, followed by Peru with 13%, Colombia with 10%, and with minor amounts in Bolivia, Ecuador, French Guiana, Guyana, Suriname, and Venezuela. 4 nations have Amazonas as the name of one of their first-level administrative regions, and France uses the name Guyana Amazonian Park for French Guyana's protected rainforest area. The Amazon represents over half of Earth's remaining rainforests, and comprises the largest and most biodiverse tract of tropical rainforest in the world, with an estimated 390 billion individual trees in about 16,000 species. More than 30 million people of 350 different ethnic groups live in the Amazon, which are subdivided into 9 different national political systems and 3,344 formally acknowledged indigenous territories. Indigenous peoples make up 9% of the total population, and 60 of the groups remain largely isolated. Large-scale deforestation is occurring in the forest, creating different harmful effects. Economic losses due to deforestation in Brazil could be approximately 7 times higher in comparison to the cost of all commodities produced through deforestation. In 2023, the World Bank published a report proposing a non-deforestation-based economic program in the region. 9 countries share the Amazon basin. Most of the rainforest, 58.4%, is contained within the borders of Brazil. The other 8 countries are Peru with 12.8%, Bolivia with 7.7%, Colombia with 7.1%, Venezuela with 6.1%, Guyana with 3.1%, Suriname with 2.5%, French Guiana with 1.4% and Ecuador with 1%. Deforestation is the conversion of forested areas to non-forested areas. The main sources of deforestation in the Amazon are human settlement and the development of the land. Deforestation in the Amazon rainforest region has a negative impact on local climate. It was one of the main causes of the severe drought of 2014 to 2015 in Brazil. This is because the moisture from the forests is important to the rainfall in Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. Half of the rainfall in the Amazon area is produced by the forests. Amazon rainforest, large tropical rainforest occupying the drainage basin of the Amazon River and its tributaries in northern South America and covering an area of 2,300,000 square miles, 6 million square km. Comprising about 40% of Brazil's total area, it is bounded by the Guiana Highlands to the north, the Andes Mountains to the west, the Brazilian Central Plateau to the south, and the Atlantic Ocean to the east. Amazonia is the largest river basin in the world, and its forest stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the east to the tree line of the Andes in the west. The forest widens from a 200-mile, 320 kilometers, front along the Atlantic to a belt 1,200 miles, 1,900 kilometers, wide where the lowlands meet the Andean foothills. The immense extent and great continuity of this rainforest is a reflection of the high rainfall, high humidity, and monotonously high temperatures that prevail in the region. The Amazon rainforest is the world's richest and most varied biological reservoir, containing several million species of insects, plants, birds, and other forms of life, many still unrecorded by science. The luxuriant vegetation encompasses a wide variety of trees, including many species of myrtle, laurel, palm, and acacia, as well as rosewood, Brazil nut, and rubber tree. Excellent timber is furnished by the mahogany and the Amazonian cedar. Major wildlife includes jaguar, manatee, tapir, red deer, capybara and many other types of rodents, and several types of monkeys. In the 20th century, Brazil's rapidly growing population settled major areas of the Amazon rainforest. The size of the Amazon forest shrank dramatically as a result of settlers' clearance of the land to obtain lumber and to create grazing pastures and farmland. Brazil holds approximately 60% of the Amazon basin within its borders, and some 1,583,000 square miles, 4,100,000 square km, of this was covered by forests in 1970. The Amazon is a vast biome that spans 8 rapidly developing countries: Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, and Suriname, and French Guiana, an overseas territory of France. The landscape contains about 1 in 10 known species on Earth, 1.6 billion acres of dense forests, around half of the planet's remaining tropical forests, 20% of the world's liquid freshwater, 2.7 million square miles in the Amazon basin, about 40% of South America. There is a clear link between the health of the Amazon and the health of the planet. The rainforests, which contain an estimated 150 to 200 billion tons of carbon, help stabilize the local and global climate. Deforestation releases significant amounts of this carbon, which is having negative consequences around the world. South America's Amazon contains nearly a third of all the tropical rainforests left on Earth. Despite covering only around 1% of the planet's surface, the Amazon rainforest is home to 10% of all the wildlife species we know about, and probably a lot that we don't know yet. Our research shows that, on average, a new species of animal or plant is being discovered in the Amazon every other day. However, tragically, because huge parts of the rainforest are being destroyed so fast, we may never know all the riches it holds. The Amazon is of vital importance because people around the world, as well as locally, depend on the rainforest. Not just for food, water, wood, and medicines, but to help stabilize the climate. 150-200 billion tons of carbon is stored in the Amazon rainforest. The trees in the Amazon also release 20 billion tons of water into the atmosphere per day, playing a critical role in global and regional carbon and water cycles. The Amazon is under siege like never before. Deforestation and fires remain dangerously high, and protected areas and indigenous lands face increasing threats. It needs our help more than ever. We cannot tackle the climate crisis without the Amazon's vital life-sustaining role. The Amazon covers a huge area, 6.7 million square kilometers, of South America. Nearly 60% of the rainforest is in Brazil, while the rest is shared among 8 other countries: Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru, Suriname, Venezuela, and French Guiana, an overseas territory of France. This vast untamed wilderness is under increasing threat from huge-scale farming and ranching, infrastructure and urban development, unsustainable logging, mining, and climate change. Just 3 quick facts to give you an idea of what's at stake here. The Amazon has more species of primate than anywhere else on Earth. You can find more types of ant on one tree in the Amazon than you can in some whole countries. 47 million people live in the Amazon, including around 2.2 million indigenous people, speaking around 300 different languages. We're so determined to help protect the Amazon, for the benefit of its people and for the planet as a whole. Your help will be vital. The Amazon River Basin is the world's largest drainage system. The Amazon Basin supports the world's largest rainforest, which accounts for more than half the total volume of rainforests in the world. The Amazon rainforest covers an enormous 6.7 million square kilometers, spanning 8 countries and 1 overseas territory in South America, and representing an area twice the size of India, or roughly 28 times the size of the UK. The Amazon is thought to be home to 10% of known species on Earth, and incredibly, a new species of animal or plant is discovered in the Amazon every other day on average. The Amazon is home to 47 million people, including more than 2 million indigenous people. More than 400 different indigenous groups live in the Amazon, which is more than anywhere else on Earth, and around 300 indigenous languages are spoken throughout the Amazon. It's estimated that there could be nearly 400 billion trees standing in the Amazon. These trees influence rainfall cycles throughout South America by releasing 20 billion tons of water into the air every day. Remarkably, a single large tree can release over 1,000 liters of water in 24 hours, enough to fill 10 average-sized bathtubs. An estimated 150 to 200 billion tons of carbon are stored in the Amazon's forests and soils. This is absolutely vital in fighting the climate crisis and limiting the rise of global temperatures. Despite its importance, every minute an area of Amazon rainforests roughly equivalent to 5 football pitches is cut down. Shockingly, the first 9 months of 2022 saw the highest recorded deforestation rates in the Brazilian Amazon since 2016. The main causes of deforestation are cattle ranching and agriculture, the building of roads and other infrastructure, illegal logging, mining, and land grabbing and speculation. Current figures suggest approximately 17% of the Amazon rainforest has been lost already. This is an area the size of France. Science is pointing to the risk that the Amazon could reach an irreversible tipping point, triggered by climate change and deforestation. This would mean it could no longer be able to sustain itself as a tropical rainforest. Find out more about the risk of an Amazon tipping point in our Risking the Amazon report, which shows that a third of the Amazon has already experienced at least one out of 3 key factors: reducing rainfall, increasing dry season length, and accumulated deforestation of at least 20%, that could take us to a tipping point. The Amazon is so vast and diverse, there is so much more to discover. The Amazon River contains more than twice as many types of fish than any other river, and there are hundreds of thousands of different plants and animals in the Amazon rainforest. Thank you for watching this video.